Turning now to what could be the ultimate wedding nightmare. A couple from Phoenix hires a wedding planner to book a dream wedding last weekend at a beautiful Utah ski resort. They're not going to be there, so they need somebody on the ground to take care of all the details, right? When they arrive, though, they find disaster. Turns out nothing had been paid for because the wedding planner allegedly ran off with $30,000. She has been arrested. Tina and Nate Hurd join us exclusively this morning, along with Early Show consumer correspondent Susan Copen. I want to start out with you guys. First, congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. Hurd. But boy, what a whirlwind this has been for you. So you guys get engaged, obviously totally excited. You live in Phoenix. You decide to have the wedding in Utah, and you think, we need a wedding planner.
Yes.
And how did you go about finding this person?
We found her off the internet.
And you did really, it sounds like everything you're supposed to do. Checked your references.
Yes.
And the references said?
Wonderful things about her.
Like
she does a great job. She's always on time.
We had a perfect wedding. We had no problems. We highly recommend her.
So you met with her. You get a pretty good feeling from her. And you actually developed a fairly close relationship, right?
Yes, we did.
I understand. Were there really Christmas gifts exchanged?
Christmas gifts exchanged. She was in my home.
We went to her house, met her family, met her kids.
And did you ever throughout this whole process think there was anything suspect?
No. No.
No.
No.
Towards the end when she changed, yes, but it was, the more we tried to do, the worse it got and the harder it was, so we kind of had to stick it out. And
What do you mean the more you tried to do, the harder it got? Because you gave her some money up front, because like most things you have to put down a deposit, and you paid that with a check, right?
Correct.
So you give her cash up front. Ultimately, at the end, you had forked over $30,000.
Yes.
So you get to this resort on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So excited. Your wedding's coming up. This is the day you've dreamed of. She actually met you at the resort.
She did. She gave us presents. She saw my dress. She saw our vows.
she came in like she was our best friend, like everything was moving forward, and she was happy and couldn't wait for the wedding. And
So then what happened?
she left, and we actually went to get something to eat, and Tina's phone rang. It was the vice president of the Canyons, and he says, I'm here with our wedding coordinator and with our attorney. We have a big problem with your coordinator, and it's going to affect your wedding. Can you come back? So we got that instant wrench in our stomach, turned around and drove back. We walked in, they sat us down, and he looked at her and he says, you've been scammed. As of right now, nothing from your wedding has been paid for. The entire balance was paid with a stolen credit card.
Oh my
and
It was devastating.
And this is...
Of course, I was looking for a camera.
Right.
I was, really?
This is a bad joke. This can't be
Yeah.
happening. And you're also waiting on 200 family and friends.
we had friends
Right.
coming in the next morning from all over the country.
This is just a nightmare scenario, and you're probably still processing some of it at this point. Susan, as you're sitting here listening to this, I mean, it sounds like Nate and Tina did everything they were supposed to. They checked the references. It was a reputable place. How do you keep this from happening?
Right. I'm not surprised by this story. The wedding industry is a $74 billion industry. So there's a lot of money to be made and a lot of people who want to cash in on weddings. So I'm not surprised by their story. They did a lot of the right things. You should always do your homework. You should always check out people, ask for references. And if you can, try to use people that your friends have used, your family has used, people that you know that have a really good long history, really good reputation. And also try to get a contract in writing, so everybody is very clear about the expectations.
And when it comes to the money, because you're now out $30,000, the resort, they actually worked with you. They said, look, we'll give you your wedding at cost, but that costs you another $15,000, which you're now working on a payment plan for, understandably, because most of us don't have that kind of cash laying around. You know, how do you keep yourself from losing $30,000, Susan?
If at all possible, try to pay with everything with credit cards. So that way, if there is a scam, if there is some sort of fraud, you can dispute the charge with the credit card company. And also try to make small deposits. Don't give all of the money up front. You need to make a deposit, of course, but then as the services come in and you know that things are guaranteed and you're checking on things, then you can give more money once you know that the services are there and they're going to be provided.
What if, though, you do all of this and you end up just like Nate and Tina and you feel like, you know, your money is gone? Do you have any sort of recourse?
I mean, you need to just go to the authorities, report it to law enforcement, and you can also report it to the Better Business Bureau so that there's a record of it.
I hate that you have to begin your new life this way, but I hope that it's nothing but uphill from here.
Thank
Best
you.
wishes to the both of you, and thanks
Thank
for sharing
you
your
very
story
much.
with us.
Thank you.